Hello, beautiful Virgo Nation. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo, this is your bonus read. I'm doing some extra love readings here due to actually previous readings where it seems like a lot of people are making new connections at this time, whether it's a romantic kind or it's a friendship or even like with a dog, or like an animal, or actually a new child coming into someone's life. That's going to be up to the reading and show, and maybe it's not your typical sort of boy meets girl or girl meets girl or whatever. It can also be like just relating to where are you at on your love journey, like in terms of love for yourself and growth like that. So I hope you enjoy this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, because it really means a lot to me to know if these are the types of readings that you would like for me, like to just focus in more on love. They would like to have that as well as the other readings that I'm doing. So please give it a thumbs up if you do like it. And also please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am a little bit dark here due to the lighting. I love that you get to see the trees in the back, like it really brings nature into the message. And don't worry, as we get the cards out, it's not fun to show. That's more fun to show. They're really going to focus in on the card, and so it will not mess with the lighting. So okay, Virgo, love. So this is a timeless reading. So think about it like 6 weeks into the future from when you find this reading. Let's see what's going on for you, Virgo, in terms of love. New love, deeper love, more connection. What is going on for Virgo, please? We have release as the first card coming out, release. So let's see if that is actually that you're releasing a relationship that you're in right now, or changing something. Okay, we have a card that's flipping but doesn't come out. In a period of blossoming, like this is a big transition, or something is really ready to blossom. It's not out on the table for whatever reason. And the World card, interesting. A couple more cards on the table, please. What do we have for Virgo? Move, Ascension of the heart. And I think there's a couple of reads now where this card has shown up. Maybe every other reading that we have like Ascension of the heart. Like I just feel like there's a big, people are sort of taking the next step for the heart, opening up the heart. Sort of, for lack of better words, the thinning of the veil is speaking loud and clear, which sort of is, it's inspiring the heart to open more. Where we're going right now energetically, it like we can't, if there's any type of holding back around the heart, or any type of neglecting of oneself, or even like judgment of others and judgment of yourself, like those things really are being tested at the moment, I feel. So like there's a big ascension of the heart going on for a lot of people. I feel like that's even like that's a collective message rather than just for a couple of the signs. Okay, so they want a different deck. We have the base chakra, which also speaks a lot about like safety and security, knowing where your home is. We're gonna get to these in a second. I just want a couple more cards on the table, and then we're gonna hear from your angels at the very end of this read. Four of Gabriel, look at that. There's a commitment, celebration, commitment to someone. What else around love for Virgo, please? Wow, the World card again. So basically the World card representing the World card, clarifying the World card. So that's a strong shift there for sure. And then we have 10 of Ariel, and then the wheel with another 10. Wow, this is like my happily ever after. This is my little romantic card. If there's a romantic card in this deck, it's definitely coming out. And the wheel, this is like a new beginning, which is sort of like in the vibe of the World card as well. It's almost like we have the World card 3 times on the table. And, you know, this is when the wheel is, it's turning. Sometimes, you know, the wheel can turn in the wrong direction. Like we can have the wheel actually on the table where it's not positive, but this is for sure not one of those times. This is when you really are coming out of the old or the stale or the stagnation of something in around your relationships. And this is when things are starting to turn in your favor. You're starting to see shifts and changes, and it's like such a shift due to like 2 10s numerology wise. That's like a double completion. How can it be a double completion? But it's like you can call it a strong completion of something. Like we're moving out of something for sure and moving into something way better. Okay, so if we're looking at this release card first. 13 in itself is transformation, right? And I just look at this card and I see like, okay, someone is ready to really show their true colors. Maybe someone has really shown their true colors to you. I think this is more like you are showing your true colors. Interesting. So this is like maybe 1% of the population of Virgo. Maybe you just recently had a dream that was either very sexual or like that you showed up, you know, those dreams where you show up naked and it's usually very like embarrassing, like, oh my God, you forgot to put your pants on, and you find yourself like you probably know, if you haven't had any of those dreams yourself, you probably know of people who have had those dreams where it's like really embarrassing. I just feel like there's something around your sexuality or something around your nakedness. Like I said, this is like 1% of the Virgo nation here that's gonna resonate with. But it's coming through, so I have to say it. So there's something about like in the past, if you had one of those dreams, that would be like so embarrassing, feeling so left out, feeling out of control and whatever. And whatever, it sounds so, when I say whatever, sometimes it sounds, anyway. It's like you are, for the first time perhaps, Virgo, coming more into your sexuality and feeling good there, coming more into your body, like this cleansing or like shedding the skin of oneself and really coming into your own, owning oneself. And if you had any one of those dreams where it's like you show up naked or it's like it's a very sexual dream, it's not for the worse. It's not that you're out of control. It's actually you taking back control. There's something like coming back home into, finding that foundation and feeling really secure and safe in doing so. It's not dangerous anymore to show yourself naked or like show up in a little bit of like losing control situation. Okay, I'm gonna move away from that energy now because that's not speaking to like the whole of you guys here. But that came through anyway. Okay, so I feel like this is a big release. So this can be speaking to some of you guys that you actually are releasing a relationship in this very moment. You're stepping away from a relationship that maybe, I don't feel like this is a relationship where, I don't even have to label it because it just feels like it's something to really end. It's not someone that you met over the weekend, just to make that clear. Like this is not someone you just, casually say goodbye to. This is something we really need to end. Due to the World card showing up basically 3 times, it's, we're wrapping up a cycle and definitely beginning a new cycle. And this is you not, so here's the difference, Virgo, that I feel. So instead of you being same old Virgo and, you meet new people, but it's like, what was that expression? Same faces, different places, same places, different faces. It's like, yeah, they might show up and have a different name and different color hair and different whatever, but it's like the same vibe, same over and over again type of situation. And here it's like, no, Virgo is making a complete transformation here. You're releasing the old of like, there's something that is done. It's like karmically, you're done. You're done with the old. You're done with the old. If we want to talk in terms of lessons that I am a little bit like not too happy about, like having those expressions, we're here for growth and we're here for expansion and we're here for the life of it, right? For the experience. So if you wanted to come here and sort of grow through these certain types of relationships, the growth is done. Like there's no more hardship. I feel with this great transformation that's happening for you right now, Virgo, the difference in the people that you will now start to attract is like night and day, complete night and day. And that you're more comfortable within your own skin. Like there's no fear to be who you are. There's no, what is that word? Sometimes I don't know the words, and I don't fully pick up the reprehension. It's not comprehension. It's like against. The energy is like against. It's not that it's like reprehension. Okay, I'm just going to leave that word because I'm not completely sure of what I'm getting here. So there's something that like you're not afraid that it's like showing your true colors is going to sort of come back and bite you anymore. There's something about like owning up for who you are. That's really beautiful. And then we have the world card, and the wheel. So it's like, what the heck? And they're all very, I mean, one card has a black border, but it's still like super purple within it. So to me, this is like a big spiritual transformation as well. Like this release, this transformation, this divine feminine energy that it's at play right now is really shifting things around for you, Virgo. So I think that like you just ask for more. And when it comes to relationships, I just feel like there's a situation here that the type of love or the type of respect that you've shown yourself in the past maybe haven't been the best example, you know, but whatever you're stepping into now is like we're leaving the past. It's a spiritual growth. It's a spiritual, karmically, like you're done. And I just see this embracing of the new. It's like, this is the new earth, right? It's a world card where any one cycle and starting a new, you're beginning a new cycle. So this is, and we see this growth of this heart, this golden heart that sits in the middle. And it's really starting to take root. It's interesting how it takes root upwards. Like everything is parallel, I want to say, and everything is mirrored and projected. And you're like all for it. You're all for this new position of like strengthening the heart, opening of the heart, embracing the new, stepping onto like a new scene when it comes to love and when it comes to relationships. Like I feel like you're really ready, Virgo. And here, a very happy ending coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Talk about spiritual growth with those colors, like with the purple showing up over and over again. I just feel that Michael in this picture is really like putting down his guard, like his shield. I'm just so drawn to that image. Like I'm just doing this. Like I'm not in a, you're not in the business of like keeping up that shield anymore. That's why I say the thinning of the veil. There's something about this thinning of the veil for the entire earth is calling out the heart. Is making you step, and it's not for everyone. This is a tough journey. Like it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone to say, okay, I am going to step away from an old relationship, or if it's like friendships that just does not serve the purpose of your growth anymore. It's really tough to just say, okay, then I'm just going to move away from that. It's easier said than done for sure. So I feel with you, if you're in that particular situation where you're thinking about leaving a relationship behind because it actually drags you down, they're not coming with, no matter what you're doing, like you really have tried and tried and tried, and they're just not coming. Even if they're not coming and you sort of know that and you feel it in your heart, it's not the easiest thing to just sort of leave that be and move along. But you will eventually. I just feel like you're so done with the old. Some of you guys might be fed up with the old. Like it's not even maybe even a judgment anymore. You feel like you're done with it. That's the world card twice for you. And then with the wheel, like there's no argument anymore. Like new beginnings, like it's a major shift here. And in terms of relationships, you probably, if you could have dragged along like people in the past, friendships, business partners, romantic partners, if this is like you dragging people along with you because it's like it's so tough to let them go, I feel like this is This is a crucial, like it's a cutting situation where it's like where you're going, you have to make a choice, Virgo. Because this is like the world card and the world card, right? 2121. It's called embrace here, but it is the world card in the traditional tarot. You see the world there, right? And it's the same number, 2121. And then we have, which represent end of the old cycle and beginning the new. And then the wheel, which is the completion, like number 10 there. New beginnings and the delays. A change in direction that offers happiness. We're now stepping onto a new scene, a completely new scene. So there's a big transformation from whenever you were picking up this reading within the next 6 weeks, and probably coming from this place as well. Like there's a big shift for you. And in terms of relationships, maybe the biggest one, because it comes down to you like having to we are shedding the skin. You have to let certain people go. So maybe this is even a confirmational message for some of you guys, that like if you've been thinking about releasing someone, that really would be the best thing to do. And then don't take my word for it. And obviously you're smarter than that, and you run your own life. These are playful readings, right? But take it as like, if I say certain things, does it lift you? Because just because I say it doesn't mean that it's true, right? I'm saying certain things here. So I would say listen to everything that I say, but don't take it as truth. Take it as like a sweater to try on. How does it feel when she says that? How does it feel when she says, this is over and done with, I probably should cut the cord here? If that is like, yeah, I know. Or if that is like, you couldn't be further from the truth, right? Then that is your right. That is maybe just the sound, or they're doing a lot of things here right now. Let's see if I can just catch up with myself. Okay. I'm just going to continue to babble on here, and not Babylon, but babble on. And it's going to catch up. Okay. Try it on and try how it feels when I say certain things. Does it drag you down, or does it lift you up? Does it feel like, yeah, it resonates? I just needed to hear that a second time. I told myself that over and over, but now here I get the validation. Yeah, it strengthens me. Or if it doesn't, like, it doesn't have to be your reading. That's like what you get to decide for yourself when you have these outside stories. Does it lift you, or does it, like, that's the answer. If it lifts you up, that's you moving in the right direction. And then we have the move. Speaking of moving in the right direction, 7 is like the angels are overseeing the situation. You're not alone in this. This shift, this changing of the heart, or this ascension of the heart, this sort of coming out with your heart, this putting the shield down, putting the guard down. And like, I just want to be a part of this change. I just want to play. I just want to have fun. I want it to be easy. And like, you doing that is like causing, I think it's a win-win, and it's like, it goes both ways. It's like your determination to move, as in move in a certain direction right now, is causing you to want to move yourself in a certain direction. And as you move in a certain direction, your heart goes with it. And when your heart goes with it, it inspires you to then continue. Like, it's a good spiral. It's a good consequence over and over and over again. Back and forth between the heart and you. Okay? See that? So I just have to say one more thing around this card, is that when you're ascending your heart, we see I take this as like tying of the knot. You have angel watch, like the angels are with you to oversee this, and maybe they're even guiding you in a different direction, because it's such a spiritual read here, that because you're ascending your heart, there's the tying of the knot. There's something like, okay, before, so I'm getting this story, so I have to say it. I was actually talking to a dear friend of mine just earlier today, and he was in a little bit of a like how should I do this? Like, is it the right thing to move on? He was in a 5-year relationship, and as we were talking, something just really came through, and it said, this person, he's like way older than her, and I just felt this 5-year relationship has been like a grand opening. It's like she's felt in a way like a long distance relationship. I find that people who are dating long distance, or like, it's really tough to get them up close and personal. You have to have like a screen in between you and another person that can feel really safe. It can feel like you can open up so much more quick with a person that where you don't have them in person. It's not so intruding. It's not so invasive on your energy field. So it's easier to actually open up. And I find that a lot of times people who are dating, or even like not even dating, like they're in a long-term, long-distance commitment, that it actually allows for them to open up their heart more than if they were to have them in person. And I felt this around this person, even though they were in-person relationship, she felt really like youthful and innocent, and very like they had almost like different lives within the same relationship, where it's like he was more like stay at home, doing his stuff at home, and she was like out and about and partying basically. And that worked for them for the time that it worked for them. But that was also the way, what I felt for him is like, wow, she's been there enough, close enough, but he had also always had the feeling that this is not going to last forever. And now they're at that breaking point. And I was like, this is just perfect. You have just opened your heart a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, because it was safe to say yes to her in his degree of the openness of his heart, if that makes sense. And so she's been there with her youth and with his feeling of this is not going to last forever. So therefore, he didn't have to like fully commit from the beginning, which really could be really terrifying to the heart if you feel like you're so vulnerable to let someone fully in, or it's really vulnerable for you to completely give of yourself to someone else. What if they leave you? So there's something going on here that I'm inspired to tell you that story, and that I had that conversation today before doing this reading. So I had a little visit with from my little one, who is home he has the summer. We're on summer break. It's a little bit tough to get to be alone with these readings. So I sat with the energy and felt into it there again. And I just feel with this one, where I was going to was that this story I was telling you about, I just felt like that was like a long preparation. Obviously, it's not wrong that they were together. It was beautiful, parts of it, and like a lot of the stuff that they had together was like really, really beautiful. But at the same time was almost like a preparation. And I'm getting a different story. So that's actually for some of you guys not around love. That's actually for some of you guys, the same story applies to a job situation. That's not going to resonate for every Virgo here, but it's like, I also feel that you might have been at a job, or you might have been teaching yourself something or doing something for the longest time, and then or for some time where you get enough knowledge that was beautiful, and maybe even boring to some degree for some of you guys, but it's like it feels like that has been like a preparation for what you were supposed to do later. Like you understand, like, oh my God, I understand now why I was supposed to learn that thing, because now that's so useful in whatever your actual purpose is that you're supposed to do, or whatever. And now it feels like that's the same thing with this love relationship, that is like, okay, he was just preparing. Those 5 years actually had him. I was like, where are you at now? Has this relationship brought you down? It's like, if anything, that's why it feels a little bit sad. Like, what do I do here? Because it's like, if anything has lifted him up, it has made him really open his heart and continue to believe in himself and really find that confidence. And so I was like, yeah, but do you know what? It feels like a big preparation. It feels like a preparation to finally meet that person where you don't sort of take pieces off of yourself or compromise so much that you a little bit lose yourself in it. Like, it has made you also ask truly for what you want, and have that person in person, face to face, that is like exactly on the same level, maybe share more similar age. Not that age is a factor if they're on the same vibrational wavelength. It's no biggie. But it's like this has really led up to that. So I just feel like seeing this card inspires me to tell you that story, and it inspires me to say that once you are ascending your heart, it's so much easier to sort of tie the knot with the person that you're supposed to be with, like on a really deep level, like your soulmate, like a divine counterpart. Okay, I don't want to discourage or discard any. It's not wrong what happened up until this point. You know, that's equally important. And when people say, I have a failed marriage, really? Okay. Or you had a successful one for 5 or 10 or 15 years, and then that was supposed to end. Or, you know, I gave it all, but apparently that wasn't enough. It was, though. It was enough for the time being. And that, like, we're so celebratory of length rather than the quality we can have a beautiful relationship for 3 years, and we say that it was a failed relationship because it ended after 3 years or even like 3 months, and then we can be together with someone for 25 years and they're miserable, they don't share the same bedroom anymore, and it's not for the reason of we sleep better, you know, and it, you know, all of those stories that we hear. 25 years that you've been together, wow, are you happy? Not really, you know. Well, we celebrate length here. So you won anyway. Then we have 10 of Ariel, which is like my happy, like this romantic, it comes with the base chakra. So I just feel like we have 2 tens on the table as well, which is a completion. We have another 1 there, which speaks about new beginnings. So it's so much about endings and new beginnings, completion of the old cycle and the beginning of a completely new cycle. You're stepping into this. If this is like a romantic partnership, or if this is like even with the person that you're with, you're not leaving them. This is not a release of a relationship. That's actually can be a deepening, really becoming intimate with the person that you're already with. Finding that romantic side, like almost like a new spark, a newfound spark within the relationship. And if this is you being single and you're looking for a relationship, I just feel like this is like the most. It might even be that you're meeting someone and you're like, oh my God, I'm sounding exactly like those people that I used to judge. Like, don't be so sleazy about the lovey-dovey stuff or the romantic talk or like whatever. And then you're gonna find yourself exactly in that position where it's like you can't help yourself but be lovey-dovey and share those really cutesy words and all of that, because that's what love does. Like, it brings that side out around this relationship anyway. So there's a situation here for some of you guys, Virgo, that you're going to meet someone. This can actually be just you being in a relationship and actually going to Paris. My son in Paris right now, one of my sons, and he's not the 6-year-old. He's not there on his own. Anyway, yeah, this is a situation where it's like, this is where you were headed. To have that, like that, even if you're like single, you've been single for a while, and maybe even questioning, do you want another relationship, like a romantic partnership? I just feel like this is the gift now coming in. It's like I see you actually really ending up with someone, and it's like so romantic. It's like, obviously Paris is not going to feel romantic to every single person, or not every single Virgo, but it's like what you would consider to be a deep commitment, a deep connection and commitment to someone that's of the romantic kind. It's really about to show up for you. And then we have that together with the base chakra. So I feel like this is maybe the first time that you feel really at home, or that you have before meeting this person. This is, like I said, the ascension of the heart is going to make you connect with new people, because you're not in the same space anymore. You're not in the same place. There's a real transformation happening with you. So you're not attracting the same clientele anymore, if you will. The base chakra represents home and safety and security and feeling anchored in, like you belong, like here's where I'm supposed to be. So whether this is you meeting a new group of friends, coming into a community that just really speaks your language, whether this is the romantic partner that we've been talking about a little bit here, that person's really going to make you feel. Okay, so there's a big distinction between someone else is creating your happiness and your security, right? That's never going to happen, because if you feel insecure, no matter what they do, that's never going to change. But when you have already tapped into this secure side of yourself and really start to anchor yourself in, attracting another person, that's going to create that space for you to completely continue to go down that road or go down that path. There's never a question whether you can trust them or not. It's not a trust issue here. It just really brings about more safety and more security and more a feeling of home. Like, here, this is it. Here's where I belong. That's really beautiful. And then we end on this beauty. Time for celebration, abundant rewards for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. So I just feel like, again, this is for someone that really has struggled and really have thought a long time. Really have thought like a long time about whether they should leave their relationship or not, or really been trying their hardest to make a relationship work, that this is like a time to step away from it. And like, you're going to be so happy you did. It's really going to bring so much peace and so much freedom into your life. And I even see like really quickly, I know that some of you guys might not even want to hear that there's a new connection that's going to be made really, really quickly, because you might not feel like you're ready for that. I just feel like for some of you guys, it will sort of erase almost everything that you just came from, because it's so solid. It's so what it's supposed to feel like. That is like, okay, I get it. Like, this is what it's supposed to feel like. So depending on where you're at, like your headspace, that's going to resonate with you differently. It can just even be different for you listening back to this like in 2 weeks, and it's like, yeah, now I get it. 2 weeks ago, I didn't, because I was just so fresh out of it, or like even thinking about leaving a situation. For some of you guys, this is the person. This is the person that you met. You're entering into this commitment, into this connection, and it's just really going to flourish from here on out. It's just a really, really beautiful connection between you and another person. And it's 4, so that's also base chakras. Like it's a foundation. It's a new foundation that you're building your life on. This is someone you really can build a life with. And I don't care if you're 25 or 85, you can build a life with them, okay? To wrap this up, we're going to have the angels come in, and that's way too many cards, I'm sorry. What do you want to tell Virgo, please? With not that many cards. 1 or 2 or perhaps 3 would be preferable, please. Then they're like, no, we're not going to give you any. They would never do that, because they're not conditional like we are. They keep on giving. Don't stop. It didn't come out, so this is not going to be for everyone. This is going to be for some person. Just needs to hear, don't stop. Just continue the path that you're on right now. You're doing the right thing. And if that, as I'm saying that, if that really resonates with you, and like, you know who you are. Okay. I thought these were like be little quick reads, little quick love reads that I wanted to just sort of put in there. Nope. 33 minutes. Helpful people. So I just feel this as like, okay, so the angels are really with you, and like through this situation, even like this big transformational situation, if we don't think about it in terms of like romantic love or even friendships, in terms of finding your new soul tribe or whatever, I just feel like this is a time to, if you could just ask for help, the help is all around you, Virgo, but you have to let it in a little bit more during this transformation. I feel like there's a big transformation going on. Raise your voice a little bit. Ask for the help. And then I feel like there's one more. Around love. What do you have to say to Virgo? The situation will improve. So it's a lot about like, keep going. Don't stop. Keep moving. It's moving in the right direction. We have almost 3 times the World card coming out. Ending an old cycle, beginning a new one. Ending the old, like closing down an old chapter of your life, a big chunk of your life, and really starting something new. The situation will just keep getting better. So just don't stop. Don't give up. Continue to move forward. And it's going to be like really beautiful. Okay. That's what I have for you, beautiful Virgo. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this type of reading where this is the focus, the love focus. and comment about it if you wish as well. Like, what do you think? And also please subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Take care. Bye.